Evet arkadaşlar, Hogwarts Legacy'nin yeni bölümüne hoş geldiniz. Nasılsınız, iyisiniz? Umarım keyifler iyidir. Bu bölümde bana katıldığınız için teşekkür ederim. Evet, önce bir şunlar hazır böyle el altındayken şöyle alalım birkaç tane iksirimizi falan. Burada dokuma tezgahı, ekipmanlarımızı yükseltebiliriz. Yapabiliyor muyuz bir şeyler? Ben şunu yükseltebiliyorum. Bir dakika ya, bu benim üzerimde olmayan bir şey. Ben bunu niye yükselttim? Salak gibi gitti bunu yükselttim ya. Neyse. Yanlışlıkla aradan kaçıverdi. Deke senin görev var değil mi ya? Dur bakalım ne yapsak? Bizim bir şeyimiz vardı. Profesör Garlick'e dönelim. Şu Filipendo'yu bence halledelim. Ondan sonra Profesör Weasley'nin ödevine gidebiliriz. Ya da tekrardan Sebastian'la görüşebiliriz. Bence Sebastian'la görüşebiliriz. Var güzel bir sürü, yani bundan uzun görevler mi yoksa kısa konuşmalar mı bilmiyorum tabi ama şunu yapalım be. Şunu bir yapalım. Profesör Garlick'le şurada konuşacağız. Yok bir dakika. Niye çıkmıyor burada? Şöyle bir çıkalım buradan. Şuradan bir çıkacağız sanırım. Evet. Yakın mıdır? Yakın. Buradan direkt gidelim. Merhaba. Kafasız Nick mi diyeceğim ama. Tabii şu an çok göremiyorum. Kendisi konuşsa en azından bir altyazı çıkardı ama onu şey yapamadık. Göremedik yani. Profesör Garlick'ten Filipendo'yu alalım. Sonra Sebastian ile görüşelim. Ondan sonra Net'in yanına gideriz falan, öyle bir şeyler yaparız bakalım. Okul niye bu kadar sessiz ya? Müzik de çalmıyor galiba, ondan oldu galiba. Neyse. Tam müzik yok dedim. Burada müziğimiz var. Şurada bir konuşma şeyi görüyorum. Acaba nedir o? Aşağıda biri mi var diyeceğim ama. Bu ne bu? Sol altta bir şey de var. Görürseniz. Bir konuşma butonu, balonu var. Tam şu tarafta. Acaba kime ait o? Neyse, belki de o konuşacağımız kişiler arasında kilerden bir tanesidir o diye düşünüyorum. Bakalım. İyi uçuşlar, iyi uçuşlar. Ya zamanında ben de size imreniyordum ama ben şimdi ta nerede uçtum kardeşim ya? Karanlık ormana mı girmedik? Kalelerin üstten mi basmadık? Her şeyi yaptık. Evet, Peeves'ine keyfi yerinde Peeves'in. Sağda solda haylaz peşinde. Arkadaş yakın diye düşünmüştüm ama bayağı da yani yürüdük. Neyse olsun, kısa bir Hogwarts turu yapmış olduk. Olsun. Geldik, tamam. Hocam merhaba hocam.
Oh, it's you. Just the person I need.
Görev. Olsun, bir konuşalım. Belki işimize yarar bir şey alırız.
Samantha, is everything all right?
No, it's not. It's my brother William, the one I told you about after Charms class. He's been cursed. He ignored my warning and now he's lying in St. Mungo's looking completely pathetic. He simply never listens.
I'm sorry, how exactly has he been cursed?
Oh, you won't believe it. Truly, but his feet were turned into purple beets. You can imagine his distress. And mine. I won't even go into the attention he was getting from our garden rabbits before he admitted himself to hospital.
I'm so sorry. That sounds like a trying situation.
I'm glad you understand. Everyone else just laughs at me as if it's a joke. No
Ben de ucundan
compassion at
döndüm.
all.
Well, it is an unusual situation. How did your brother end up like this?
It's entirely his own fault. I told him about some research I'd done recently on our ancestor Marmaduke Dale. In particular, my discovery that Marmaduke's tomb was cursed. My brother's always making fun of my discoveries. This time, he laughed in my face. Told me I'd misinterpreted my findings. As if that were possible. And to prove his point, he went right up to the entrance of the tomb and poof! His feet transfigured into beets.
How awful. I can see why you're upset. He definitely needs some help.
Exactly. He may be a cape flapper, but he's still my brother. And no one deserves such a fate to last forever, especially as the result of a single brainless mistake. Now I worry that if the curse isn't reversed, it could become permanent.
Can't the curse be broken?
Possibly. The curse stems from a crest that was stolen from Marmaduke. If the crest were returned to its rightful place upon his sarcophagus, then I believe that William's feet may be restored. You battled trolls when they attacked Hogsmeade, escaped a dragon, and I could tell by your work and charms that you're a skilled spellcaster. Returning a crest to a sarcophagus should be almost effortless for you. So, will you help us?
Yani bu kadar sen yağladın. Bu kadar yağladıktan sonra götürürüz herhalde canım.
Why was Marmaduke's tomb cursed?
The curse is the result of an intense sibling rivalry between Granham Dale and his younger brother Marmaduke. Marmaduke was a famed herbologist, and Granham resented the attention that he received.
Sibling rivalry? Sounds as if it might run in the family.
But I would never intentionally curse my brother, not like Granham did. When their mother died, Marmaduke was given the prized family crest. Granham felt that as the eldest child, he should have been given it. Years later, when Marmaduke died, Granham stole it and cursed the tomb so that none in the Dale family could ever pay their respects.
Güzel soruymuş.
How do you know it's safe? I don't want my feet to turn into beets as well.
Oh, but the curse only applies to Marmaduke's descendants, as my brother so aptly demonstrated. That's why I need your help. You're unrelated to my family, so the curse wouldn't affect you.
Why is your ancestor so well known?
He discovered the properties of several magical herbs and plants. He also uncovered numerous types of flora. The wizarding world owes him a great debt. His work not only impacted the discipline of herbology, but also potion making.
Tamam, yardımcı olacağız.
I can take the crest to Marmaduke's sarcophagus for you.
Oh, thank you! Thank you so much! You'll simply go into the tomb where Marmaduke was laid to rest and place the crest on top of his sarcophagus. According to my research, the tomb's been abandoned for centuries, so it should be a fairly simple task. You'll find it just east of the hamlet of Brockborough. Thank you for your help. My family is indebted to you.
Rica ederim. Onu yapacağız. Onu yapacağız ama dur şimdi bizim bir işimiz var burada. Hocamla görüşeceğim. Bana büyü öğretecek.
Perhaps.
I need to find the tomb near Brockborough and place Samantha's family crest on a sarcophagus there. I've finished the activities you assigned me, Professor Garlick.
Wonderful! I hope you gained a greater appreciation for the flora in our lives. I am forever enraptured by it. Just yesterday, I spent hours pruning my self-fertilizing shrubs and flutterby bushes. Didn't realize how long I'd been at it until the sun began to set. Well, if there's one thing I love to see more than my plants thriving, it's one of my students doing the same. Now, ready to learn flipendo? Chin up, keep a light grip, and it's all in the wrist. Let's see you give it a go. You will want to focus with this spell. Nothing as mortifying as knocking back a colleague when all you wanted to do was move a few pots.
İşte bu kadar.
Wonderfully done. If you'd like to practice a bit more, you're welcome to do so here in the greenhouse. Just
Şimdi onu nereye koysak? Ha, tamam. Şurada benim hem burada konfringon var, hem burada var. Şu neydi? Dipalso. Tamam. Buraya koyalım. Burada olsun. Ama bu sefer burada 2 tane şey olacak. Bir nevi yön verme büyüsü olacak. Olmadığı yer var mı? Dipalso var burada. Üçünü de kullanmışız. Yani bunu da kullanmam lazım gibi bir şey oluyor. Bu dörtlü de kullanmam gerekiyor gibi bir şey oluyor ama o kadar sanırım henüz büyü öğrenmedim. Yani 2 tane daha büyü var ancak belki öyle olacak. O zaman şöyle yapalım. Ne yapalım? Şimdi Descendo'yu seviyorum. Akio'yu kullanıyoruz. Yani Dipalso'yu da kullanıyoruz. Hepsini kullanıyoruz bunların. Tamam, ne yapalım? Şu birazcık hangi taraf olsun? Şu taraf birazcık zayıf olsun. Ya da şu. Bakacağım bir. Yani evet, bu sürekli kullanılan bir şey değil. Tuzak kurmak için falan kullanılıyor. Yani neyse, şimdi dursun bu. Onu ileride kullanırız. Ne yapalım? Bir daha konuşabiliyorum sanırım.
Professor, I was wondering where you're from. What's your background?
Oh, how nice of you to ask. Well, let's see. I grew up in London, right on the Thames.
That sounds lovely. All the sights and bustle of a city.
To some, yes. I used to dream of living in the country, but it wasn't until I came to Hogwarts that I felt truly at home. Mind you, it did take some time, and whilst it is my fervent hope that each student eventually feels as at home here as I do, it is not always the case.
I suppose that makes sense.
Well, we each bloom differently, don't we? Some of us, like Devil's Snare, thrive in the shadows, whilst others crave the attention of a bouncing bulb. And we each grow and thrive according to our own plan. Oh, I was terribly nervous when I arrived at the castle. You see, as a child, I knew nothing of witches or wizards. You can imagine how astonished I was to receive my letter from Hogwarts. I spent a good deal of time alone in either the greenhouse or the library my first days here.
I'm sorry the other students weren't more friendly.
Oh, but I've given you the wrong impression. On the contrary, I was shown great kindness. In fact, a 7th year took me under her wing during those first days. She remains one of my dearest friends.
Was it Sirona Ryan?
It was indeed. How on earth did you know that?
Sirona has been a good friend to me as well. In fact, I retrieved a box of letters from Mrs. Sprottle for her.
Oh, darling Mrs. Sprottle. She was always astonished I knew as much magic as I did, being Muggle-born. I dare say you'll find that the friends you make here at Hogwarts will last a lifetime. Now, I'd best get to my recent delivery from the Magic Neep. Mr. Teasdale promised me quite an assortment of seeds this week. Lovely to see you.
Evet, bu muhabbet için teşekkür ederiz hocam. Şimdi ne yapalım arkadaşlar, bakalım bir. Şöyle bir bakalım. Sebastian'la konuşalım hadi. Kitapta ilgi çekici bir şeyler bulmuş. Biliyorsunuz Salazar Slytherin'in odasında bir kitap bulmuştuk. Büyük kitabı. Orasıyla ilgili bir konu. Şuraya bir gidelim bakalım. Hadi bakalım.
You'll never believe what I've learned.
Ne buldun abicim?
What did you discover in the spellbook we found in the scriptorium?
Salazar Slytherin's spellbook was a little difficult to interpret, but fascinating. Evidently, he encouraged teaching dark magic at Hogwarts. Neither the Imperious Curse nor the Killing Curse was unforgivable during his time. He believed students should be prepared to use dark magic when necessary, not to fear it. That's why we had to use Crucio to gain access to the scriptorium. He didn't want his knowledge shared with anyone who was afraid of the power of dark magic.
Pişman değilim ya. Sonuçta oradan çıkabildik yoksa ölecektik.
It was hard to do, but casting Crucio was our only option.
And I'm glad we did it, because in the spellbook I also found something else.
Hadi bakalım.
References to a lost relic, which, from what I can tell, grants the holder the power to reverse dark magic curses.
And you think this relic might be able to save Anne?
Precisely. I plan to search for this relic, but I don't think we should tell anyone. Especially Ominous. He wouldn't understand.
Yani. Söyleyelim ya, ne olacak?
We need to tell him. He's the reason we found the book and he deserves to know what you've learned.
You've seen how he frets about the dark arts. I promise I'll tell him when I found the relic. When I know more, I shall send an owl. And don't
Tamamdır.
feel sorry for Ominous. Keeping this to ourselves for now is for his own good.
I'll decide what's for my own good.
Ominous, we were just about to get some air. Care to join?
You're a liar, Sebastian. I heard everything. You swore you'd
Eyvah,
never
eyvah,
engage in
yakalandık.
anything to do with dark magic again.
No, I didn't. I said I understood you wanting that. I'd never swear to give up on finding a cure for Anne.
You don't know when to stop, do you?
I know when not to stop. Leave this alone, Ominous. I'll be on my way.
Kötü
I
yakalandık.
am not letting this go.
Biraz garip oldu. Kusura bakma mesela, ama bak ben dedim. Ben söyleyelim dedim ha, bana kızma.
Ominous, Sebastian meant well.
I appreciate you telling Sebastian not to keep this from me, but going after that relic is not a good idea. Sebastian doesn't even realize it, but he's as irresponsible and reckless now as his parents were years ago. It's why they died.
I knew his parents died, but I never heard what happened.
Mr. and Mrs. Sallow were professors. Spent nearly every waking moment in the cellar library. Noses buried in books. Anne and Sebastian were upstairs when it happened. They heard a sudden crash and ran downstairs, but it was too late. Their parents had crumpled to the floor. A defect with the lamp in the cellar caused the room to fill with an undetectable toxin. Sebastian and Anne were helpless. They had no magic yet.
What a horrible story.
It is. That's why I can't understand Sebastian's recklessness. I've practically lost Anne. I cannot lose Sebastian too. Please avoid anything to do with that spellbook.
Those references in the book seem promising.
Everything to do with Salazar Slytherin seems promising until it's too late. I hope Sebastian pursues this no further, but if you think he might, please let me know. It would mean a lot.
Şimdi. İleride sanki böyle bir ayrımla karşılaşacağız gibi geliyor ama bakalım. Hayırlısı. Ha, beklemiş beni orada bak. Beklemiş mi? Beklemiş ama şu an beklememiş gibi gidiyor. Oğlum ben bunlara tokum ya. Sebastian. Tamam, bir şey, vallahi bir şey konuşmadık, kusura bakma. Neyse, tamam. Tamam, başka ne var? Görev. Şu an burada bir yapacak bir şeyimiz yok. Sebastian'dan şey bekleyeceğiz. Mektup bekleyeceğiz. Şunu yapalım. Netiyle gidelim. Annesi yani Profesör Onay'ı artık bilmiyorum, ikna mı edeceğiz, ne yapacağız? Göreceğiz. Şu konuşmaları bu bölüm bir güzel halledelim. Kehanet sınıfı, hadi bakalım.
So frustrating.
Eyvah eyvah. Hocam pardon, ben hiçbir şey bilmiyorum hocam.
You wanted to speak with me, Mother?
I had hoped to speak with you alone, Natsai.
Your message mentioned your concern about an unusual creature that was spotted in the woods near Hogsmeade. That could have been anything.
You know what it was, Natsai.
I am allowed to leave the castle. I am always careful, Mother.
Careful. Officer Singer disagrees. She sent me an owl telling me that you have been trying to collect evidence of some kind against dark wizards. She berated me for not keeping a closer eye on you, and she is right. I do not want you visiting Hogsmeade for the near future.
But Mother!
My little gazelle, you are well-intentioned, but you must not meddle in the affairs of dangerous people.
If someone had meddled in Matabeleland, Father would still be with us.
I must get to class. Perhaps your friend can get you to listen to reason.
So frustrating. She never listens to me.
She called you her little gazelle. Is that a term of endearment where you're from?
It is specific to me. I am the unusual creature in Hogsmeade she mentioned. Self-transfiguration is not taught at Hogwarts, so I am gently discouraged from practicing it. However, I am an animagus, and it is in my gazelle form that I have been able to wander the Highlands rather freely until now, much to my mother's chagrin. That is how I managed to spy on Rookwood and Harlow.
Animagus'luk Hogwarts'ta öğretilmiyor mu ya? Filmlerde de kitaplarda da böyle miydi bu? Ben hiç şu an hatırlayamadım. Sanki gerçi Animagus olunmuyordu değil mi? Yani Animagus ya Animagus olabiliyordun ya olamıyordun galiba. Hani böyle öğrenip olabildiğin bir şey değildi diye aklıma kalmış ama öğretilip öğretilmeme konusunu bilemedim. Neyse. Ya da bunu böyle bize de öğretilmesin diye geçiştirdilermiş de bu zamanda böyle bir şey yoktu falan diye mi yaptılar oyunda bilmiyorum tabi ama sorularımızı soralım bakalım bir.
Were you born an animagus, or did you learn to become one?
Animagi are not born. The process is quite elaborate.
Ha
It
bilmiyordum.
involves holding a mandrake leaf in one's mouth for an entire month, then placing the leaf in a crystal phial so that it is imbued with moonlight, then adding one of your own hairs. And that is just the beginning. Self-transfiguration is common among students at Wagadu, but Professor Weasley considers it much too dangerous to teach at Hogwarts.
Can you choose what form your animagus will take?
Oh no, a person's animagus form is determined by their personality. My mother is convinced that my form is a gazelle because I adapt well to any situation. I believe it is because I can sense danger and keep my wits about me.
How does it feel to transform into an animal?
Well, the first time it can be a bit unnerving. I felt a kind of searing pain and a strong double heartbeat. But it gets easier the more you do it. I no longer feel any pain, and I must say, I find a sense of comfort in the double heartbeat. And I love being able to view the world from a different perspective.
Güzelmiş. Evet, keşke aslında biz de öyle bir şey yapabilseydik ama belki de gelecek oyunda öyle bir şey olur. Güzel olur aslında.
Now the nickname makes sense. What an extraordinary ability to have.
It is. I love transforming, but Mother is less enthusiastic about it. She says that no creature, especially one as rare as a gazelle, should be bounding about where poaching has become so prevalent. She claims that she has foreseen tragedy befall me in my gazelle form. But she has used her sight to control me too many times. I no longer believe it.
Yani aslında haklı. Yani ceylan da çünkü tam böyle avlanacak bir hayvan. Belki de annen haklıdır diyeceğim. Kusura bakma, özür dilerim yani.
She's concerned for your safety. It may be best for you to stay away from Hogsmeade for now.
That may be safe, but I do not believe that it would be best. Do you? You could have fled the moment you discovered that Rookwood, Harlow, and Randrock were after you, but you did not. I choose to act as you have. I must deal with Rookwood and Harlow, not hide from them. My mother cannot know where I am all the time.
Helal kız.
Thank you for being here during that rather awkward conversation.
Rica ederim, rica ederim. Helal sana kız be. Vallahi ben öyle dedim ama aslında senin söylediğin de doğru yani. Sonuçta ben yani sana tavsiye verme gibi yapmadım. Değil mi? Evet. Tamam, bu konuşma da okey. Ne varmış? Poppy ile konuşalım. 3 süpürgede buluşalım demiş. Tamam. Bir Hogsmeade yapalım o zaman. Orada işimiz var mı acaba? Satacağımız şeyler varsa onları falan da halledelim diyorum ama şuraya bir gidelim bakalım. Hogsmeade'e bayağıdır gitmedik sanki ya, birkaç bölümdür. Şimdi bir bakalım kaç tane ekipmanımız var. Boş yerimiz var mı? 20-24. Evet, yani satmam lazım bir şeyleri. Orası kesinleşti. En yakında ne var? Şurası herhalde olur.
You're back. Nice to see you again. What are we
Gelmişken
looking for today?
süpürgeye de bakacağız ama önce ben bir satacaklarımı satayım. Aa, bak bunları niye yapmadım ben? Tanımlamadım bunları salak gibi. Unuttum ya. Neyse. Bir dahaki sefere. Evet, şunu sat. Bunu da sat. Bak bu biraz güzel duruyor. O yüzden bu dursun. Buna bakacağım. Bu da bir tık güzel duruyor. Bu daha mı güzel? Bu 51 savunmaya veriyor. Bu 56 veriyor. Tamam. Bunu götür. Bunları da 200'e satabiliyoruz ha. Yani iyi satıyoruz. Şu 200. Bu da 150. 54, 56. Bu da gitsin.
Thanks for stopping by.
Şu üstümdekilere bir bakacağım. Ne vardı? Gözlük vardı. Tamam, bu görünüş de okey. Bu da olabilir. Bir de şey mi vardı? Şu vardı değil mi? Hüveter vardı bir tane de. 49'dan 58'e çıkartıyor. Gerçi saldırı düşüyor biraz ama savunmayı arttırıyor bayağı bir. Bakalım. Aa, güzel. Tamam, bu dursun. Şu şapkayı bir ayar mı çeksek ya? Bu şapka hep birazcık sıkıldım bu şapkadan. Ya böyle duracağım. Aa, biraz da böyle durayım ya. Özlemişim. Tamam, birazcık böyle takılalım. Bu kalanları sonra satarım. Çok önemli değil. Abicim ben sana geliştirme yapabiliyor muyuz abicim? Şu an yapamıyoruz galiba. Yok. Yok, olmuyor. Tüh. Hani kardeşim beni hızlandıracaktın. Hızlandıracaktın benim süpürgemi ya. Ne oldu? Evet. 3 süpürgede Poppy ile bir görüşelim bakalım. Sirona yok mu buralarda? Göremedik Sirona. Sirona selamlar.
Revelio.
Ya ben bunların hepsini topladım ya oyuna başladığımda. Sonra bir şey oldu. Bunların hepsi yok oldu gitti. Bazılarını tekrar topluyorum. Anlamadım. Merhaba Poppy.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before. The
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere. Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
Nasıl yapacağız bunu?
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Ben herkese anlatıyorum.
Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details. In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Tamamdır. Haberlerini alırım Poppy'cim. Evet arkadaşlar. Hala mı konuşuyorlar? Bayağı da üzerinden geçti. 2 tane mevsim geçti ama olsun, sıkıntı yok. Evet arkadaşlar, bu böyle biraz böyle şey yaptı. şuradaki adam bana takıldı da söyleyeceğim şeyi unuttum. Bu bölüm biraz böyle konuşmalarla geçti. Yani kaç bölümdür erteliyordum bunları. Güzel oldu aslında. Onları aradan çıkartmış olduk. Bakalım bundan sonraki bölüm diğer görevlere tekrardan devam edeceğiz. O zamana kadar kendinize iyi bakın. Görüşmek üzere. Hoşça kalın.